Every time I press the record button and I record a video, the video of the day, the first thing that crosses my mind is that today's video is the best video I ever recorded. That's my intent, that's my thought, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do today also on the video. This is for you if you are a victim of imposter syndrome. I have done several videos on this channel. I'll try to find some links. I'll drop a link a few here, but this is very dominant on my mind right now as I'm recording. The sun is setting, so I'm going to rush through this, but I want to share the best with you. I'm actually navigating the light here. I'm hoping that this video will come out okay, because if not, then I'm going to brighten this up. So, what is imposter syndrome? Essentially, the gap that exists between your outside success and your own perception of yourself. That gap, whatever the gap is essentially imposter syndrome. If I have to simplify that in simple words, it means, I have what I have because I just got lucky. I don't think I deserve all this. I don't know why all this is happening with me. You are successful, but then you have this feeling within you. I don't think I know this well. Somehow it just happened, and somehow it's just happening. If you are a highly successful individual and you still have these feelings, then this video is for you. In fact, majority of highly successful entrepreneurs, successful leaders, people who lead countries, people who lead corporations, people who are exceptional in art, in literature, in music. I mean, all of them at some point, I shouldn't say that, but about 70% of the crowd, the elite crowd, at some point have gone through this feeling that they got what they got because they got lucky, they don't deserve it, they don't have what it takes, all that. Now, let's talk about where and why this happens. There are so many reasons, but then first and the foremost is that when you are coming from a non-traditional background, that means your father never did it, your mother never did it, your grandfathers, forefathers, they never did any of that. You happen to pick something up and you are succeeding in it. Chances are you will develop imposter syndrome. That's one. Second, you come from a disadvantageous background. I don't know if or a disadvantaged background. I don't know what's the right way to say that. English is not my first language, but you get the idea. Your background was not there. Was not steady. Just, everybody in your family probably had the same starting point, but somehow magically you excelled and you made it very big, whatever. You feel you don't deserve it. Okay. Let's talk about, what are the causes? Why does this happen? Why, despite of you becoming so successful, you still feel that you are a fraud? Why does this happen? Well, it's a lot of it is the childhood imprints. There are several imprints. Let me walk you through each one of them, at least 3 of them. First and the foremost is conditional love. Your parents, relatives, they all said, if you do, then we'll love you. If you do not, we'll not love you. Very simple. That is one. The second one is comparison. You've been compared to your sibling. You've been compared to your cousins. I've gone through that myself. Constantly compared to my cousins. Even to a point where I was compared with a guy who was hardly, living like 30 houses down the street, whom my parents never saw, never met. I was compared to him, how he was good and how I was not good, whatever. Okay. Sometimes sometimes overpraise and sometimes undervalued for things that you do that you know that you don't deserve as a kid, but they praised you. And then things that you put everything that you had, but somehow nobody noticed. So you existed in this duality growing up. All these are imprints they are there in the unconscious mind. They have grown with you, and now they are playing. Now the unconscious mind is playing its role and stopping you from these are the emotions that come up primarily when you're alone. These emotions come up. Let's talk about some other things that you might be going through as a grown up. Now we have environmental triggers. For example, you go speak, you walk into a room, you have 5,000 people, and you get on the stage and speak. I don't think I deserve this. I don't know, what am I doing here, right? Let's say you walk into a room, like you are the only individual of color. I don't think I should be here. I don't deserve this, right? You are a man in the company of only women, or you are a woman in the company of only men in the crowd, then I don't think I belong to this place, right? Then you have social media. It's playing its role, triggering, one of the environmental triggers. We are comparing our mess with the glory of the reels that we are watching, and now we're taking ourselves down. They have it, I don't have it. There's not actually a comparison there, but it's playing there. It's playing its role. Not exactly that way, but yeah, I don't think I have. Look what they have. That's all set up, by the way. The entire social media is set up. Somehow we are comparing our mess with their dazzle, with their glory, whatever, or the so-called. So what's the cost of living like a fraud, like an impostor? What's the cost? Very simple. You are overcompensating. When you overcompensate, you have less energy. That means you are anxious, you are overwhelmed, and bottom line, you're burnt out. You don't have anything left. And that leads to a whole different set of other problems, interpersonal problems, and all of that stuff. You are constantly undervaluing yourself. That means you are undercharging and overdoing the work possible. You also fear visibility, right? Why? Because you don't deserve it. You feel deep within you don't deserve it. So when you are invisible, that means your growth is stalled. And there are many other issues, but you get the idea. So that's the cost you pay for thinking and getting caught in that zone of that maybe I'm an imposter, right? So how do we fix this? There are 2 or 3 ways. First and the foremost is that we rewire the identity. You got to rewire, and you can do it yourself. You don't need to go to a therapist and all that. Of course, if you go to somebody else, then the process becomes easier. But then the easiest way is to just go through some affirmations, things like, I am good, I have what it takes, I always deliver, I always study, I always perform, whatever. So you write down a bunch of statements that you keep on reading over and over again. The second technique is you normalize the feeling. And how we do that? Over 70% of all the top performers in the world have at some point have gone through this. People whom you have idolized, they are also going through it. So it's very normal to go through this, and it's a normal emotion. Let's get over with that. Okay, so that you normalize that whole thing. The third way, which I recommend you do, which is by evidence. You track the evidence. And how you do that is every time somebody praises you, write down the time, date, and kind of, I write down on, on one of my journals right there, I have a pen handy, I take it out, I write down, any video, case studies, testimonials, any accomplishments, any awards, all those things are to reinforce or to remind you of the results that you have created for yourself or for other people. If you are not, if there is, listen, if there are a bunch of testimonials and case studies, then the chances are that there is something right about you. That's why you got all those, okay? Then the third way is obviously you do meditation, some breath work, hypnotherapy, all that you can do. And I suggest you do, because one of them or all of them, doesn't matter, whatever your time and your wallet permits, you have to do. The reason is because there is no logical way to get out of this. I mean, there is, but there isn't. The only way you can get out of this is you by feeling secure with the success you are creating. You got to be secure with the success you are creating. And that's the only way to get out. And that's why you need all this. And finally, there is a technique that I have consistently used myself. I'm now using with my clients, and literally I talked about this extensively on my radio shows, which is called doubt reframing. So you reframe the doubt. And the way you do that is, I'm going through this feeling of being an imposter, not because, and me feeling an imposter is not a proof of my unworthiness. That's the right way to put it. It's not the proof that I'm unworthy. It's proof, or it is proving that I am stretching myself. Okay. So it's a proof of me stretching. It's not the proof that I am unworthy. That's the best way to reframe this. Okay, I was rushing through this. I thought this was going to go for 20 minutes, but right around 11 minutes, 15 seconds, 16 seconds, that's where, I'm watching this as I'm doing this. Anyway, so I'm going to stop here. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this was valuable. If you know anyone who's going through this, do me a favor, send them this video. And if you think this was helpful, then do me a favor. If you like this video, then I can reach some more people. If I will take a comment any day than a like, because that way I can interact with you. And if you subscribe to this channel, then I'm here with you literally every day. We talk self-improvement, personal development, we talk psychology, we talk entrepreneurship, and several other things on this channel. All the content here is totally unfiltered. I do not do any editing. I do not have graphics, none of that stuff. I have long gone away from all that. Some of my old videos have some editing stuff. I do not edit these videos. This is who I am. This is how I speak, and everything is real. So I keep it simple. I keep it to the point. I tried this channel and all the videos that I record essentially to help and to create the change that you are seeking, and seeking a change in these areas: personal development, self-improvement, psychology, entrepreneurship, relationship, whatever. Okay, I'm going to stop here. Wherever you are, you be safe, and I'll be with you as early as tomorrow. You take care. Bye now.